Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much. You are hearing me in a very lovely and very interesting talk on meditation. Meditation theory and therapy, first part, theory and therapy, second part, and theory and therapy, third part. You have seen, you have watched, and you have gone through all these talks between us. Now I go ahead in that sequence. The blissfulness is attained by the practice of meditation. But meditation is not to practice all of a sudden. Meditation is a conclusion of some particular and some specific practices which prepare us to the level of meditation, or all those exercises, all those practices make us to eligible to be meditative. What is meditation? What is prana? What is its ayama? And what is oxygen? And what is fresh air, and how it connects us, and what is the benefit of this. All these points are the matter. All these points matter here to discuss because my very, very lovely student, a devotee of truth, Mr. Chittaranjan Sarangi, he very politely and very, very curiously put this question that what is prana and how this prana connected with oxygen, and what is the role of oxygen to compress the prana in each and every cell of the body, each and every neuron of the brain, each and every nerve of the body. From head to heel, how to heal. This is the point and this is the question. So Mr. Sarangi, I hope you are watching this video, and I request all of you to subscribe it, share it, and like it. Like, subscribe, and share everywhere. Not only here or there, everywhere, because this message of a Baba belonging to Himalaya, the line of hermitage is going on. Here I represent to that world which is known as a Baba world, and the point is how to rejuvenate our body and mind, and how to make eligible ourselves to a very meditative state. How to make our mind a meditative. And what are the benefits of meditation? All these points we are discussing here. So prana, actually there are two types of prana: personal prana and universal prana. In the scriptures, these both pranas are mentioned like alpa prana and mahaprana. Mahaprana is the universal energy, and that universal energy, which is known as a cosmic energy, that is all pervading. And scientific researches are clearing this point and they have given the name God particles. So if science has approved the God particles, so the particles of God are endless and beginningless. No end of the pervading of the particles, and no beginning. Anadi and Ananta, these two words are very popular in our scriptural discussions. So that universal cosmic energy is everywhere. We cannot touch that. We cannot wet that. We cannot burn that. We cannot catch that. We cannot cut that. And we cannot see also that. Yes, just we can realize. That is beyond the access of our sensual sphere. We cannot smell, we cannot see. Means we cannot apply our senses to grasp that, to understand that, and to feel that. Only we can realize through our third eye. What is third eye? Later we will discuss. But here the point is prana. So universal prana and personal prana. Personal prana is known as a vital force in the body. And that vital force lives where? This is the question. So in Gita it is described that Hridde se tishtati Arjun. Oh Arjun, that lives in heart, in the nucleus. So it is very disputing word here. What is Hridde? What is heart? Actually, when the word Hrid is used in Gita, that is not for this heart that is pumping all the time blood to all over the body. That is talking about nucleus. So our actually navel point is the nucleus or the Hridde of our body, because it's right that heart uses much more. Most of vital force is used by heart, because heart functions all the time, sleeping and awakening. From birth to death, all the time, only the heart functions. Heart never takes rest. So the consumption of vital force is used by heart. Therefore some people say that vital force lives there. No, just like universal energy is all pervading in the whole universe, in the same way vital force also all pervading in the whole body. And because of unawareness to have a good health, because of health consciousness, because of lacking of health consciousness, we know nothing all these things, so we become ill, we become diseased, and we decrease the potential of our vital force. And when in a particular part of the body vital force minimized, becomes less, that part of the body become very tender, and vitality, that loses the vitality, and later many type of diseases erupt in the body, and we suffer all the time, disease. So sages discovers this fact, that how to run up vital force into each and every cell in a full swing. 100% vital force must be run up. all the time vital force will be available in proficient in efficient quantity, in a very proficient way to function and to heal each and every cell. So the formulation of pranayama is a pre-meditation technique. Hasayama is also pre-meditation. Labhayama is also same, pre-meditation. Asanas are the preparation for pranayama, and pranayama is the preparation for meditation. So before meditation, all the acts and all the exercises are just pre-meditation. So just like in our body, the vital force not lives in one particular part, all pervading in the body. When we talk compress, so actually oxygen is the conductive potential. Oxygen has the potential of conductivity. So prana runs through oxygen to each and every nerve, each and every cell, everywhere in the body. And that actually maintains wellness and the fitness of each and every cell and nerve. I am not talking about the fitness of muscles and biceps as you acquire in the gym. Here, according to yogic point of view, I am talking about the wellness of neurons and wellness of cells and balance of vital force in each and every cell, in each and every nerve of the body. So maximum vital force is the ground of good health. Therefore, we make all the time space in the body. If in our body there is no space, how can we compress the oxygen, and how can vital force include in the oxygen run into each and every cell? It is therefore a must to clean our body and maintain the proper ratio or proper proportion of all the 5 elements of the body. Our body is made of 5 elements basically. Kshiti jala pavak gagana samira panchatattva mili bana sharira. This is a song composed by the great poet, and the great perfect being, enlightened being, realized soul, and the greatest preacher in our medieval history, in our medieval time, in the history, Kabir Das from Banaras. So Kshiti means earth, water, fire, space, sky, ether, space, and air. These are 5 elements. So when in our body earth is maximized and space is minimized, that is the ground of imbalanced state of body, and that leads illness, diseases in the body. So the balance between oxygen and vital force among all these elements is a must. So how to handle this problem? Sages discover that practice pranayama and become meditator. It is meditation that can lead you to climax of the overall the practice of yogic foundation, and at last good health and wellness, fitness and blissfulness is attained. So oxygen is different than prana, but prana requires oxygen to go each and every cell, and pranayamic practices make a possibility to compress, to make a space to maximize the vital force within the body, and that is the purpose of the pre-meditative practices. Thank you very much. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.